we got ourselves team 2 with Blaine as a Feral Druid, with Shaken as a Shadow Priest. We got on the back of that team ADDONS. Also, we got Yandex. Oh, is that what you look like as a... They changed the mog a little, huh? Or Worgen. Oh, you're going on Holy. Oh, okay. Changing up from Frost. And Mary versus Team Krager. Krager being first out. On Team Krager, we got ourselves. Yo, what is that? BMV. We got BMV in here. And we got Nizha. Is Nizha a feral? Yo, can you be out of cap from unless you don't think? And we got ourselves. Oh my god. Forgot to die and Alfuera. Oh my goodness, I had to take a second with all those Russian names. Yo, kitty cats. Ferals on both teams. Can you be out of stealth and out of cat form unless you're dueling? Thank you, boys. I appreciate you, man. Just be out of cat form unless you boys are dueling. I would very much appreciate it. And Krager is waiting now, thinking that he is having to duel a feral. I think the team 2 is still trying to figure out who's going first or last. And with Blaine being a stealth, he's thinking, oh, okay, I guess I'm dueling Blaine. Wait, not dueling Blaine. Yo, Blaine, be out of stealth, my man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, dude. Yannick's dropping down the big A-bomb, looking to get himself a big setup. Stun reflected by Krager. Goes for an IBF out of his own stun. Big defensive burn right there. And Krager just going to take that stun with that IBF and not touch Yandex. Waiting for all those pets to get to him. As Yandex just missed a pretty big opportunity there. With some massive damage set up onto Krager. Gonna be the spear by Krager is gonna keep gripping Yandex in place while he's gripping Krager to him. There's some kind of a big weird grip game here. AMS available for Yandex is taking quite a lot of physical damage from Krager. AMS was pretty good for the Kyrian spear, but Yandex not really looking all that good health wise. How much of sacrifice his own pet? Might need to summon a new one. And there goes the Legendborn, but he's super low, and Krager just eliminates Yandex without a second thought, without second breath. Just executes the guy. Just left him on the floor like that, man. What are you doing? That's just a lot of damage out of the Fury Warrior, man. Just really popped off. The stun reflect back into Yandex with an IBF burn pretty early. Was a pretty bold move. Disarm onto the rogue immediately as ADDONS goes in for a setup. And the 100% crit opener denied, especially in Shadowblades. Krager, can he do it again? Looks like he was able to whirlwind out ADDONS before he landed the cheap shot. And I think Krager is not really going to have much here, except the trinket maybe. Maybe he could trinket Fear the Rogue in the opener. ADDONS no longer has Shadow Blade, so at least it's quite a lot of his big burst potential is gone. But he's still going to do really scary damage. Into that Shadow Strike Kyrian, into a Kidney Shot? What? Okay, but cheap shot, Shadow Strike Kyrian? I feel like there's an Eviscerate somewhere that could have been used. Maybe cheap shot. Huh, maybe he's going for like Shadow Strikes and non-finisher damage. Like Shadow Strikes is enough to deal dams. I think Krager might have to trinket this next go. ADDONS did burn a Vanish. He's going to be able to burn a blind and get himself a reset 100%. But Krager, I don't think he can let this rogue do a thing. Kidney Shot coming out. ADDONS still doing quite a bit of damn. That's going to be an opportunity for Krager to catch up some heals. Disarm onto the rogue with a blind to follow right after. It looks like ADDONS is going to get himself a reset. Krager, can you go for any kind of healing at all? I think the only thing else he can really do is go for maybe a Blaze Storm, trying to predict the rogue. I think that's all he can really maybe do. Like if the rogue goes for a sap, it looks like Krager cut up quite a lot of health just now. How did he catch up all that health as Fury? Does get the rogue out. Does he stop him in any way? Kidney Shot comes out for the rogue either way. Loses the 100% crit. Not going in for the dances combo. Gonna be a charge out of Krager. Trying to shadow step past him. But he's not going anywhere. The slows are up on the rogue. Trying to go for them dances. Is gonna harpoon the rogue away. Not letting him get up close at all. Not letting this rogue do damage. Oh my goodness. And Krager does walk by the rogue for a second. Does get him in combat division. Is coming out. And there goes the Shadowy Duel. ADDONS goes in for the cheap shot to Super Yard. Is at least able to get a couple of Shadow Strikes, but Krager still has plenty of dams available. Cloak of Shadows coming out for the rogue. Not much you can really do. It's just the Fire Rage or a Fury Warrior that keeps him running. And Krager slamming the rogue out of the park, boys. Just slamming it completely. Not even letting Blaine land a proper opener. This man is just disrupting these stealthies left and right. Blaine trying to get himself a setup. Thorns available. Krager leaping out of there. Does not need to fight Blaine, especially with Blaine cooldowns. Double leap for Krager? Yo, he's playing Barbarian, right? The Barbarian on a talent. That's huge. He avoided a lot of the damage out of Blaine. The bleeds are still set in. And ignore pain isn't going to last too much longer. He's going to have to use ignore pain pretty regularly. Might have to go for that enraged regen. Does he have the interrupt? Going for the massive re-heals versus the big convoke out of the Druid. Does he get another bloodthirst? He needs another one really badly. Maybe the bleeds have set in. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Kraken can really make a big comeback out of that one. Blaine getting opened up on by Nijdanchik. Nijdan? No, how do you make a nickname for you, my man? I don't even know how to do that. Convoke Spirit's coming out. Actually, looks like Blaine sprinting out of the NASCARing out of that one. Just running out of the Convoke. I never thought about it. You can stun Convoke. You can interrupt Convoke. I never thought just running away from Convoke. Cyclone coming out into Nizanchik, landing that Skull Bash before the Cyclone goes off. Throws up for Blaine, rotating a wall, very low on health. And Nizanchik looking to end immediately as fast as possible. Big bites coming out, gets himself the Frenzy Regen, doesn't sit and bear from for too long. And that's going to be a more mobility for Blaine. Try to see if he can get himself a reset. Couple regrows, bash on Nizanchik with a Cyclone. Might be able to, oh, Trinket coming out for Nizanchik, not letting him go for any of those regrows. Saved the Trinket for later, and the bleeds do set in. Not much you can really do as a Feral in that situation. Tried to go for heals, but the Trinket out in Nizanchik did commit quite a lot of CDs in that one. Lots of CDs working with, so Mary might actually have himself an easier go. Does have himself Seraphim rolling. Hodge on his Dungeon. Final verdict available. I think it's going to be a Kid Caddy one shot, and there he goes. Massive hammer, slamming down on him. Or massive last verdict, final verdict, slamming down on the guy. The gavel comes down. The judge decided. And Forgot to Die is going to be up next as a warrior rolling up next versus Mary. Playing that Venthyr Covenant should be able to get some big condemns. Parry available is going to get himself a massive heal. But he's still in a very, very bad spot versus the Paladin. That parry is not going to live there for too long. Got himself a massive mace though. That does look pretty cool. Maybe bashing him over the head with it. Mortal Strike available with the sharpened blades. That's going to be some damage to Mary, but Mary just has so much self-survivability. Self-reliability. That's going to be Seraphim available. Hodge into Forgot to Die, and only a couple more hits needed. Final verdict hammers coming out. Just flying out of the blue. Just went to Mary for a second. She'll be able to catch up on a lot of heals for now. Forgot to Die still hanging in there somehow though. The warrior is still doing it. Fine. Oh, the verdict comes in though. The final wrath comes in. And the Pally taking him out with a judgment at the very end. BMV is going to be up next as an elemental shaman. Like the last one to Mary. Trick inside of immediately. That's going to be a Frost Shock to kite the Paladin a little bit. Paladin decided, you know what? I got to walk at him. Wait, Frost Shock can't catch him. Gotta walk away. And the Frost Shock is going to continue to slow him down for quite a bit. Until the hand of freedom is up. Fleshcraft level 4 BMV should be able to get himself a lot of health for this duel. We are at 7 minutes in, boys. 70% dampener into the duel. That's going to be a big shield available for BMV. Got himself the pet available on the side. The pet can't really catch Mary at all. Like the last stops in place. Mary does use to bubble it as the meteor comes in. And Mary needs to go for a big play right now. He needs to get the Seraphim up and running. Wings available in just a few seconds. He can maybe just one-shot BMV out of here. Hex comes out as he got wings in. Shield of Vengeance available. Hex does not last too long though. It's going to be a big Stormkeeper available for BMV. While available as Mary got everything rolling. Interrupting BMV on the fire damage. Hodge as he's trying to get a heal off. Trinket coming in. Trying to go for heal surges. Looks like heal surges are good enough at 21% dampener. Mary realizing the mistake of attacking him so early. Decided, you know what, I gotta bail out. I gotta go for a bit of a recoup reset. Light and Lasso catching him. Left low from those lava burst meatballs flying from afar. Loaded up together with a Maldraxian Covenant so you can get even more value out of him. So he's definitely gonna get 2 of them fired every time he uses the Maldraxian ability. And when the Mastery procs, that's an extra 1 on top of that. So essentially you can get like 4 of them back to back. All 100% crit. Mastery ones that are less damage, but still huge value. Just the back-to-back. It's just nutty. Shaken trying to approach. BMV in the opener going to be a lasso. Stuns him instead with a trinket used by Shaken. Silence onto BMV. As he's going to go for a bit of reset. Great. It's going to be Doorway or Shadows coming out for Shaken with massive mobility. BMV does get the shield. The massive shield slime coming out for him pretty often into these duels. Whenever he drops below like 50% health or so. It's a pretty decent shield. It's basically like a mini Pride as from back in the day. Or one of the Azure traits from back in the day. Door of Shadows for Shaken played the double door build. Interesting choice. Lightning Lance available for BMV. Just kind of wait for Shaken. Just try to kite him around. Get in the Fire Elemental or Earth Elemental this time instead. Never mind. That's going to be an extra defense available if he ever needs it. Hitting that 9-minute mark, boys. Dampening is going to start zipping in. And Shaken, really unable to get a big setup onto BMV. I haven't seen him sit down and just cast a bunch of DPs into the guy. Trying to land a Hex. Looks like he decided to stop the Hex instead. Go for a knockback on the Shaken. And BMV looking for recovery. He just had a massive duel against the Paladin. If he could somehow take down Shaken, he'll be in a really good spot. Needs to go for the double lightning bolts, double lava burst, big setups. I was going to try to maybe go for a Hex on the Shaken while he's low. It's not really the worst idea. It should be able to get him some maybe big lava bursts available. Shaken charging in while Grand Fate is up. BMV might be able to get himself a setup. Silence right now. Shaken doesn't have any way to stop the mind games. There's going to be lots of damage back to BMV. Can't really do much against Shaken. Trying to go for a Hex. Landing the Hex. And I think there goes the mind games burned through pretty quickly with those heals. And should maybe go for a setup on the Shaken. Stun instead of the Storm Strike. No, still has the lightning bolts ready. Still has a big setup. Lightning Lance on the Shaken. Has to go for a disperse immediately. Trying to see if he can survive with 35% dampener. His style didn't really move too much in that last sum. He did, I think, in the end, gain a little bit more health. Vamp embraced the fall right after. Just needs a bunch of DPs to deal with BMV's damage. BMV got massive setups. While available, should be lots of lava bursts. Doesn't interrupt the cast for a second. Lava bursts flying Shaken. Just shadow mining as much as he can. Hex trying to come out onto Shaken. It looks like it didn't go through. Shaken did go deathing, trying to prevent a Hex. If you can use death as the Hex comes in, the death will strike back at him, which will break the Hex right after. Big lightning last, and Shaken does have a trigger for a short fear onto BMV. Trying to catch up on heals. Can Shaken somehow turn around? Needs more insanity for those DPs. Has the elemental too. Should honestly turn around and hit the elemental. I think it actually might not be a bad idea. Mind Games tried to come out onto BMV, tried to let us out as best as possible, and did drop a grounding totem. It doesn't look like BMV. Maybe that's a grounding totem right there, actually. Maybe he's playing grounding. It's huge if he is. Has a big lightning bolts ready for Shaken. Super low in health. One more hit. So close. Gets the silence off Shaken. He can't even go for a self-heal right now. He has lots of insanity already. He needs to go for some kind of CC chain onto... There goes the last. So he needed some kind of a stun onto BMV with double DP. Roll that damage big. That would have been huge for him. But super unfortunate. BMV finished out that duel from Pala into the Shadow Priest. You know, I don't see as many Shadow Priests in these duels much anymore. Is it just not as many Shadow Priests are on?